Hello everyone, thank you for tuning in today. Today I'll be sharing with you a quick market update on the luxury market segment, how it has been performing over the past 3 months. I'll be using data from URA, which is our official data source from the government, where they will have all the records of the recent transactions, and from there we'll do a quick data analysis. These are some of the latest news articles that we have cut out from Straits Times and Business Times, and it shows that the luxury market seems to be coming back, or luxury homes are in demand. So if you look at this latest article that was cut out from February, it shows that Wing Tai, which is one of the big developers, sold 70% of the M, which is one of the luxury condominiums, over their launch weekend. And over the last month, they have sold altogether almost 400 units within a month. And another developer, Chip Eng Seng, which is also a very prominent developer, they have launched Copa at Newton just 2 weeks ago, and they sold 77 units. So this is something which is quite significant, because we know that some of these articles, you see, is cut out, in February and April, and this is when the COVID-19 has really started. And in fact, circuit breaker measures have also taken place after the end of March. So for some of these projects, you can see that sales demand is still coming in, despite the fact that there are some uncertainties in the market, and even COVID-19 that's happening. And even before the circuit measure took place, you can see down here from this picture, people were queuing up in the hot sun to buy luxury properties, and even show flats were packed. So, and then even down here, even the landed properties were marketing very well as well. So there comes the question, why are people buying luxury properties right now when things are so uncertain? So later on, I will go on to share a bit more the reasons why we think that they may be buying these properties. So these are some of the recent launches for luxury segment. From the end of at the end of last year, there were 2 projects that were launched, one Holland Village and the Aviera. Then later on, after the holidays, the first launch was in January, where you see that Leedon Green was being launched, and then followed by Van Holland, the Avinia. Then you have Delvey House, and last month you have Copa at Newton and 19 Nassim, and coming up there'll be one new property called Hill on Holland, which I heard that the show flat is very nice, so do look out for it. So these are some of the launches or luxury launches projects that were launched over the past few months. So how is the take up right for some of these projects? Okay, so this is one of the chart that we have created, where it shows you the overall sales volume for private non-landed homes in CCR. CCR is Core Central Region, which is the proxy for the luxury segment in Singapore. So if you look at this chart down here, it shows you the number of private homes that has been sold for the last 3 months. 965 luxury homes were sold in the Core Central Region, and this number has increased from last quarter, where last quarter was around, that means the fourth quarter of 2019, 900 over units were sold. But if you look at it year on year, there is quite a big increase, 72% increase year on year from the first quarter of 2019. So this is quite a significant jump from last year during the same period. But something that is quite significant is that if you look at the sales volume down here, it is significantly higher than even in Q2 2018. This is just before the cooling measures were being implemented, where there was an increase in the additional buyer's stamp duty and so on. So with this, you can see that it looks like the luxury market was on the way to recovery, and if you look at what about the 3-year average, the 3-year average here, this chart shows that the luxury homes that were sold over the last 2 quarters is above the overall average sales that were recorded for per quarter, 822 units over the last 3 years. So this shows that the market performance is above average for the luxury segment. What about prices? If you look at price for CCR, which is indicated by this orange line, you'll see that from 2010, prices have increased from 1,800 per square foot all the way to down here. Right now is transacting at an average about 2,300 per square foot, which is down here. Okay, so on a year-on-year basis, prices have also increased by 6.3% for this core central region. These are homes that include new sales, resales, and sub-sales. Okay, so to go on, what about the super luxury segment? For the super luxury segment, we measure them by per square foot wise. There is projects that are selling above 3,000 per square foot. So if you look at above 3,000 per square foot, the number of units that have been sold over the last 3 months is around 70 units. And this is, again, a very encouraging number considering that COVID-19 has really started. And in fact, the numbers could have been higher if it's not because there were restrictions, travel restrictions that have been imposed in other countries. So some foreigners cannot come into Singapore to buy. But even then, you can see that even last 3 months, 70 super luxury homes were sold. And this is just slightly lower than what we saw in the first quarter of last year. And if you look at the highest price unit, the highest price unit that was transacted in the first quarter of this year is a unit at Warwick Residence for 4,987. So it's almost 5,000 per square foot. And this is quite similar or almost the same as this unit that has been sold, Boulevard 88, which was the most expensive property that has been sold over I think in the recent about last 10 years. And it was transacted at the second quarter of 2019, okay, at 5,001. So again, the highest price unit is not far off from here. So there, again, the question comes to our mind. Why is it that all these really wealthy people are coming in despite the fact that they know that there will be some increasing uncertainties that will be coming into the market, and even with all the restrictions, people are still buying the super luxury homes as well. Okay, so right now I will go on to the second part, which is to look into what about the new luxury homes. What kind of market trend is there? So if you look at the new luxury home segment, you can see that last quarter there was a significant spike in the number of new homes that have been sold. So altogether, last 3 months, 554 new luxury homes were sold, and it's quite a big increase from quarter 4 of last year. And if you look at on a year-on-year basis, the number of units spike up 200% during this period of time, and it's way above the number that we saw in 2017 and 2018. Of course, a bulk of it goes to the project, the M, that moved about 300 over units, but there were also a number of projects that were selling well. Right now, I'll go on to the new home prices that have remained stable as well. So if you look at, if you compare to last year, prices have increased by 0.2%. And right now, prices have increased from, let's say down here, 2010, 2,000 per square foot. It has gone all the way up to 2,800 per square foot, which is quite a big increase, almost 1,000 per square foot over the last 10 years. And even from 2018 to 2019, prices have held steady. And in fact, it has moved up slightly by 0.2%. And what about where are the most popular new home sales? If you look at this chart, it shows you by district, and our prime districts are demarcated by D1, D2, and D9, D10, and D11. D1 and D2, District 1 and 2, at the downtown core, which is at the Central Business District. Then for District 9, okay, is at Orchard Road, and District 10, places like Bukit Timah, Holland Village, and so on. And District 11 is at Newton, which is at the fringe of city, that means the Orchard area. So it is, all these places are our prime locations. So out of all these districts, the prime district that is most popular over the past 12 months is District 10, where 464 units were being sold. And this is also the 7th highest of all 28 districts. This is, again, a very significant market performance, because we know that usually the best-selling projects are located in the mass market region or in the city fringe, where price quantum is usually lower for all these private properties. But if you see down here, over the past year, the luxury market is actually doing very well. In fact, if you see here, it's among the top 10 districts among all the other 28 districts. And what are the best-selling new projects over the past few months? Best-selling project in December was One Holland Village, where it sold around 32 units. Then followed by Leedon Green, 32 units sold at 2007, and then after DM, that collectively they sold about 390 units. Right now, I will go on to the resale luxury market segment. So how are resale luxury markets, that means luxury homes doing? If you look at the sales volume here, sales volume have not increased as much as new home sales. But if you look at this sales volume on a year-on-year basis, there is still an increase of about 10% from first quarter of 2019 to the first quarter of this year. If you look at prices, prices have also increased over the last year. So last year, prices has been trending around $2,000 per square foot. And this, in 2018, and then in 2019, prices have gone up to $2,050 per square foot. That is around 2.1% increase. So you can see down here from the orange line, there has been quite a significant increase from 2010 all the way to 2019. So this shows that there is good or healthy capital appreciation over time for luxury homes in general. And what about the most popular prime districts for resale homes? Down here, you can see in District 9 and 10 that collectively they sold around 1,000 over units over the past year. And the most popular district is District 10. And what about if you compare it with island-wide? Again, District 9 and 10 are in fact the top 5 districts for resale homes island-wide. Again, this is a very significant performance because for this luxury segment to be the most popular district, based on their prices, it shows that means the luxury segment is doing very well. Okay, and what is the best-selling project last year? Best-selling project is Marina One Residences at the heart of Central Business District. 129 units were sold for an average price of about 2,300 per square foot. So you can see from this facade, this is Marina One, very beautiful. Okay, and again, what is the best-selling resale project for the past few months? You can see that consistently, Marina One Residences, they sold quite a number of projects over the past few months for December, January, and February, as well as last month. And the prices of these homes have held steady at about 2,300 over per square foot. And collectively, over the past 4 months, around 100 units have been sold. So Marina One is one of the more popular luxury home projects for the past few months. Okay, so that wraps up my quick presentation on how the luxury market has been performing over the past 3 months and over the past 1 year. I hope that it has been insightful to you. If you want to know more about why people are buying luxury homes, especially the wealthy, do stay tuned for the next video that will show you in terms of data why some people are coming in to buy luxury homes right now. Thank you.